Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Flash Talks. Flash Talks, the Premier League. So I'm not just talking Manchester United. We'll get into that straight away. But just as a preview of what's to come, for those of you who are not Manchester United fans, and you want to hear my opinion, I mean, why wouldn't you, on what's happening in the Prem, my predictions going forward. To come, I will be discussing Arsenal, and in particular Mikel Arteta. I will be discussing, as a United fan, I don't like doing this, Liverpool, but I have been requested. I've always said with Flash Talks, I take your requests. If there's anything you want me to talk about, I'll talk about it. And I've had a Liverpool fan ask me to get on it. Why is no one talking about Liverpool? Well, Flash Talks will be talking about Liverpool. Manchester City and their demise, I will be discussing. And also I will be discussing Chelsea as well. In fact, I'll probably discuss most teams because I'm going to work my way through the table. But first, straight into it. Please, if you are here watching, thank you very much. Please like the video, that little farm. Click on it. That would be massively appreciated. Please share the content. Let people know about Flash Talks. I'm on the road to 50 subscribers. Once I hit 50, I can then do live content whenever I want. So whenever there's breaking news or something straight after a game, I can just get straight on here live and do it. That'd be I'll really appreciate that if you can get me to 50. Thank you very much. So yeah, subscribe, comment, share, like. That's all that out the way. How are you all? Let me know in the comments. How are you enjoying the Premier League as we reach yet another international break? Us as Manchester United fans, we have stuff to look forward to this international break. The unveiling of our new head coach. So more on that in just a moment. But firstly, I must start the episode by saying thank you. Thank you to Rude. What a ride. What a ride the 4 games were. I'll just quickly cover all 4 of them. I was there for the match day 1, as you know from my other videos. Me and my lad watched it, and the 5-2 thriller that was the crazy game. I'll never forget that till the day I die. How amazing it was to watch mine and my son's team live together and have that experience, and Rude will always be a part of that experience, so thank you Rude for that. And then of course we had the Chelsea game, which was really dull, and it was 1-1 in the end, of course. And I'm glad, as I said before, I'm glad I took my son to see the 5-2 game and not that one. And then we had the Europa League game, which normally I do a match reaction to it, but if I'm honest, I was watching it, yes I was, but I was drifting off. I did nearly fall asleep around the 75th, 80th minute I think it was, and I thought this is utter shite. But we had the Ahmad show, which I'm very grateful for. Ahmad, what a breath of fresh air he was during that game. So that was really exciting. But yeah, and then today we've had the 3-0 victory over Leicester again. Leicester apparently terrible. Their away support apparently terrible, which is surprising because I thought they were okay because we sat right next to the away fans when we went. They were okay, they're quite noisy, but apparently they were terrible today, so that's interesting. Yeah, so Rude, thank you very much. 11 goals in 4 games, only 3 goals let in. Wow, I mean, what more could you have asked for from 4 games? Yes, it was boring at times, particularly in the Chelsea and the can't even remember who we played on Thursday night. What's it? Bodo? No, not Bodo Glimt. They're coming up. Bodo Glimt. Nah. Oh, yeah, doesn't matter anyway. Park, whatever it is. Anyway, moving on. We thank you, Rude. Thank you. You looked very emotional at the end of today, and thank you for just stepping up for these 4 games. You've had us looking more organised. You'd certainly seen players more enthusiastic, but it's come to expect it when there's a managerial sacking. Players do naturally lift. Not just United. This is at any club. There's naturally a new manager sort of bounce. Even though we've been shit at times, boring to watch, we have got the job done. And I thank you, Rude. Right. So, something I should have done an episode on after Thursday, but I just haven't had the time, and I've been feeling a bit under the weather. Much better today, so there's something I wanted to get off my chest. So, and it ties in with today. Garnacho scored an absolute beautiful goal, and it will go down as one of Old Trafford's greats, no doubt. And he didn't celebrate. And this was apparently, according to Bruno, due to some of the hate he's getting from the fan base. He doesn't feel loved from the fan base. We've probably all seen by now, certainly Man United fans. I don't know if rival fans have. Let me let you know. Obviously, us who go around filming stuff and giving our opinions are lucky enough to be in positions where we can do that at Old Trafford sometimes. And there's a content subscriber who I do follow, and I've had a few run-ins back in a day with, but I'll give him his due. He does his job. He says what he thinks, and his name, if you want to look him up, is Planet Faz on YouTube. But he received. Let me just go for it. Right. So Faz is there every game, no matter what. He's there every game, and he's quite a unique YouTube experience. He films the players arriving. I don't think I have seen any other YouTubers doing that. So I think he deserves credit for doing something different that's outside the box and not what the usual content is out there. And he is lucky enough to film them arriving, and obviously sometimes, as you saw with my Rasmus, the players do come up to the fans and they will do selfies. They'll sometimes speak, sometimes they won't speak, sometimes they'll just do the selfie, do a signature. There you go, job done. Faz made a comment to Garnacho along the lines of, more passes of the ball today, mate. I think it was along the lines of, need to get your head in the game, and a lovely goal would do. And yeah, just be more clinical with the ball. It was along those lines. And fucking hell, the shitstorm that came afterwards. So Garnacho initially, I watched it live as it happened, said to Faz, "Why are you not playing today, mate?" So you could clearly see that it had got, Faz's comment had got Garnacho's back up. Firstly, let me just say that the abuse that Faz got on social media, particularly Twitter, X, afterwards was unbelievable, particularly racist, vile abuse. It just wasn't called for. There were people calling him out and wanting to fight him and all this sort of thing. And my reaction was, he didn't say anything that bad. If he'd said to Garnacho, "Look, mate, you're fucking shit, get the fuck off the pitch," then we have a different story. then we can kind of say, can this kind of fan, he's a problem. I really don't know what Faz said wrong. I don't. And while we're on this subject of this sort of thing, I'll come back to Garnacho in a minute. There was another video circling around social media which I didn't realise there had been backlash from, but another great YouTube content creator out there who I've said on here before is probably my favourite for United content is Adam at Forever United TV, FUTV, go check it out. He had lucky enough, his channel was lucky enough to have press coverage leading up to the Europa League game, and he was there for the post-match bits. He did a bit on the pitch, and then he did a bit as the players were leaving, and he was high-fiving players and all this sort of thing, and Marcus Rashford completely ignored him, and Adam made a bit of a, maybe a little bit of a sly remark, but I don't think there was too much in it. Anyway, it sounds like he's had a bit of a rollicking from the club as to how they expect the press to behave. The fan in Adam sort of came out, I suppose, but again, this is football. In the game of football, there will always be criticism. Now, Garnacho, I love you. Rashford, I have been your critic. Guys, just get over it. There is criticism in the game of football. I actually think the Man United fan base, particularly those that are Old Trafford, they ain't that bad. You could go to clubs, maybe even in England, but certainly around Europe, where they really do rip into you, players, if you're not performing. And I mean, like, really, like, violent abuse. We've all seen it. Don't need me to go in on that. So, excuse me. My big thing is just man up, for God's sake. Just get on with it. Criticism comes, and that's the nature of the beast, and you're paid several thousands of pounds a week. You just got to get on with it and take the criticism. It comes with it. As long as it's not vile abuse, then if it's based on critiquing your game, you just got to take it. I don't understand why there's so much mother caring nature to football players nowadays. It's just a bit of a gripe of mine. But what I will say is there's a lot of people that have gone in on Garnacho. It's not just the Faz thing. There's a lot of people gone in on Garnacho over the last few weeks because his performances have deteriorated at times. But this guy is 20 years old, the same as Rasmus Højlund. These are young players. Why are we going in on them? See, I go in harder on the likes of Rashford, Bruno, as you know, I've gone in on him this season because they are more veteran-like players at this club now. So, younger players I have a lot more patience with, and the whole fan base should. And the older players we can get onto, I feel. My personal opinion. Anyway, moving on from that negativity. It's Amorim time. Apparently there's a slight delay with his work permit. He may start tomorrow, he may not, we don't know, but we're in international break territory now. I'm excited to see how it all goes when he's unveiled, and I think he's probably already done an interview with MUTV. I'm sure they probably did. There was something floating around when it all got announced that someone from MUTV had gone over and probably done an interview with him. That'll probably drop tomorrow, I should think, and I think we'll get the news that Ruud and most of the coaches will be leaving. Right, now it's time. That's United covered. On to the rest of the Prem. Let me just fire through the table before I start talking about teams. Top of the league, of course, is Liverpool. Firstly, I'm going to say, wow, this table, this is crazy. If you haven't even seen it, wow, it's a crazy league at the moment. Liverpool are top of the league on 28 points. Manchester City sitting second on 23rd. Chelsea in third on 19th. Arsenal in fourth on 19 as well. Nottingham Forest in fifth on 19. Brighton in sixth on 19 points as well. Then we've got Fulham in seventh on 18 points. Newcastle in 8th on 18 as well. Villa in 9th on 18. What a drop they're having. Spurs in 10th on 16. 11th is Brentford on 16 as well. And then 12th is Bournemouth on 15. United in 13th on 15 as well. West Ham in 14th on 12 points. Leicester in 15th on 10. Everton in 16th on 10 as well. Ipswich in 17th on 8. Palace are in the relegation zone in 18th on 7. Wolves 19th on 6 points. And Southampton rock bottom of the league on 4 points. Wow. Just, that's why I mentioned the points. Unbelievably, Manchester United, the shit start to the season we've had, and we have to say it has been shit, are sitting in 13th place in the Premier League table on 15 points. We're only excuse me, I'm getting a bit excited there. We're only 4 points off of the top 4. What the hell's going on in this league? Right, I'll go into it. I'll start with Arsenal. Is the title race over? Spoke to fans this week. Title race, they told me, and you've seen some pundits out there saying it will be over if they don't beat Chelsea. Well, it's over then, isn't it? Or is it? With the state of this league, I don't know at the moment. You can't count them out, but for me, it's not looking good. Not looking good, my man. They just keep dropping points. It's as simple as that. And Mikel Arteta, the pressure's on you big time, man. And this English media, they were sucking the blood out of Manchester United to get Erik ten Hag sacked. Guess who's next? Arsenal. They love sackings, and they will go for Arteta if the shit keeps coming. The fan base are frustrated. You could even see the Arteta out movement returning. But, you know, all it's going to take is a few wins and things are happy for them again. So you just don't know. But for me, I've said it on here before, if Arteta doesn't win a trophy this season, and I'm talking the Premier League or the Champions League, he's got to be bye-bye, surely. Surely he's gone as far as he can. He can't be saved on the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, because those things didn't save Ten Hag. The clubs nowadays look at the Premier League and the Champions League as the success model. So, particularly the bigger clubs. So, folks, that's where I'm at with Arsenal. I still think they'll probably finish top 4. I personally think the title's gone, but definitely they'll be top 4. Liverpool. Got to talk about them. Okay, so it's time to take Liverpool serious, folks. We're at another international break, and they are top of the league, and they're flying. They've only lost the 1, and I predicted that the new manager bounce of Slot would flop eventually. I'm starting to fear it. You know, I think this could be the one. And fuck my life if it's going to be them with the bald Dutchman winning the Premier League, which is the model we tried to go for. Hopefully it doesn't happen. That's all I can say. But what I will say on a positive note for Liverpool fans is you're doing great, and not many people have spoken about him, but when I have watched you, Curtis Jones, what a surprise package player he is, and he's going to turn into a right player. Curtis Jones, just keep eyes on him. I think there's a real bright future there for him, and it just seems to be going right. The demise of Manchester City next. I don't think it's the demise. This is where I will talk with Liverpool. I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. Yes, you are on a high at the moment, but I still can just see Manchester City doing what Manchester City do and stepping it up a gear, probably after this international break, all the way up till the end of the season. And once they're at the top of the league, they're staying there. They ain't coming down, unless obviously 1-1-5 happens and they're forced off the top of the league. But I still can't see anything but a Manchester City Premier League title win. I'm sorry, but that's just the way. I've seen this all before. Although I have heard on another fan content channel, there's a chap on there. He made a very bold prediction that Pep Guardiola has won his last trophy at Manchester United, Manchester City. That's a very bold prediction, and I hope you put money on that, man, because if that happens, woo, you got that spot on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but then I don't want Liverpool to win the league. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, all the talk has been about Arsenal. It's been about Liverpool. It's been about City, but it's time to start talking about Chelsea. We were all laughing at them with their stupid size squad and the money they've spent. I still think they might get a bit of a City scenario where they're investigated further down the line. But you know what? They're sorting it out, and I didn't think the manager was going to be the right choice for them, but he's doing the job right now, and they are building an exciting young squad with players like Palmer, and I tell you, Chelsea are the ones to watch, guys. Let's just see how this thing goes. I don't think they'll be winning the Premier League, but they're going to be top 4 or thereabouts, and that'll be a huge success for Chelsea this season. And they'll probably go and win the Conference League as well, because let's be honest, who the fuck else is in it? So yeah, that's where I'm at with the league. And again, a bit of a shock that they didn't win today, but Nottingham Forest, they are a huge surprise package this season. So is Brighton, Fulham. You just can't call it, really. As I've showed you with the points, it's just so open, and it's bloody exciting. Long may it continue. Let's hope my prediction of the boring City climb to the top doesn't happen again. But I would also love to see Liverpool stumble a bit, so we don't get that front runner, and he just can't call it. Anyone could win the Premier League. I'd love it. Even United could. Oh, calm down, Flash. Calm down. Right, that's me done. Kind of looking forward to this international break. Not to watch boring England, of course, but just take a bit of time to get ready for Amarin Ball, which is coming very soon. And yeah, the excitement begins. And he's won his final match tonight at Sporting after being 2-0 down. They won 4-2 at the end. So bring it on. Amarin Ball is coming to Manchester United, and we'll probably lose to Ipswich. It's going to be a roller coaster of a ride, but I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. Right, thanks guys. That's all for tonight. Please comment in the comment section. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Very much appreciate if you do subscribe and try and get me up to that 50 number. That would be amazing. And share the content. Let people know Flash Talks is here to stay. Have a good one, folks.